81-78 in women's basketball play. Coach Bill Harmson has not made his way out of the locker room yet. The defenders survive a day where they probably weren't their sharpest. I can say it without doubt, no probably about it. They were not sharp in the final minutes, but able to scrap out a win. And occasionally you run into these where they aren't all perfect, and you hope you learn some things. And in the meantime, Concordia now a game clear of Dakota Wesleyan in third place. Dordt still firmly atop the league at 20-0 with 2 games remaining. Concordia loses for the 5th time this year in conference play. Other women's scores today, we told you about them already, but let's recap them. Morningside defeats Doane 74-71. Briar Cliff a winner over Hastings 69-61. It was Jamestown defeating Mount Marty 69-47. And Northwestern a winner over Midland by a final of 92-67. The Dordt defenders come away with a win here this evening. Men's basketball, we've got finals in as well, as the Dordt defenders and Concordia Bulldogs are warming up right now. Men's basketball, Morningside down Doane 95-75. Hastings leading Briar Cliff 71-48. Jamestown defeated Mount Marty 88-79 in men's basketball, and Northwestern a winner over Midland by a final of 90-84. And making her way out of the locker room to visit with us first is Faith Van Hollen. Van Hollen, a senior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And we've talked with Faith on a couple different occasions this year. Did anything melt when you came out and touched it, Faith? You kind of had you had the touch there in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just my teammates found me. They got me the ball. Yeah.
If that last one goes in,
yeah,
things are completely crazy. But
right.
You know, that was the reality check, or the heat check, if you will. But okay, so you get rolling like that. How much do you have to fight the urge to get it and just let it fly on the first touch? I mean, how hard is that when you've made one or two and you feel like, this might be my day? How hard is it to say, okay, I'm gonna pass it and I'll get it back? How hard is that?
Today it was pretty hard. I just wanted to let it fly every single time. But normally I'm pretty good at making that one more pass, seeing who's a little bit more open than I am. So
you oftentimes draw the opponent's more difficult defender as well. You ended up paired with Tasha Rushton a fair amount today. I'm not going to ask for all the secrets, but what are you focusing on with your defensive? I guess speak in general terms. When you get your defensive assignment, what are you thinking about doing? What do you focus in on?
I focus in on what they normally do. So Tasha is a really good driver. She's a 3-level scorer, so she's great on all levels. But mainly I just got to stay in front, rely on my help defense. And today at halftime, Coach got after me a little bit about my defense, so that helps as well.
You played this team 12 days ago. Mm-hmm. You come back, you play them again today. What are the challenges of playing a team so closely compacted? I mean, you don't have to put together a whole new scouting report, I would think, but what do you have to do? What's that like, playing a team really close like that?
Yeah, so when we prepped the first time, we kept some things in our back pocket that we didn't show them the first time. So we played them just straight up man the first time, and this time we had a little bit more doubling action. We were switching 1 through 3 and 4 and 5. So we hide a few things the first time around, and then we show them the second time. Especially when you're playing this close, like only 10 days apart. You got to keep a couple things hidden.
You might see them again. What's that going to be like?
That is going to be an all-out battle, and I'm super excited to see him again. I'm sure we'll have some more things. Our coaching staff is great. They're creative. So I'm sure we'll have some more new things to pull out of our back pocket.
There is always work to do, though. 2 more big ones next week. Let's see what the defenders are able to do next week. And on the road, we've gotten kind of used to playing at the DeWitt. It's going to be a little different challenge again next week.
Yeah, it should be fun. 2 really nice places to play. We love the Corn Palace. We love winning at the Corn Palace. And it's Northwestern. We always love beating the Raiders.
And nothing comes easily. How's student teaching going?
Oh, great.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you in the high school or are you at the middle school level?
High school, so Sioux Center
Okay.
here in town, yep.
And the math and that kind of stuff?
Math.
Are you
yep.
on the job hunt now?
I actually will sign my contract. I can have a job at Sioux Center High School. So I am student teaching where I will be teaching next year.
You're staying around.
I'm staying around. You're stuck with me, Mike.
Well, great. I'm glad to hear that, and I'm glad to hear that you've got a job lined up. And congratulations again on the win here today. And we will see you next week down at the Corn Palace.
Sounds great. Thanks, Mike.
All right, thank you. That's Faith Van Hollen talking about today's contest. And the Dordt defenders coming away with a victory here today. So the Dordt defenders securing a win by a final of 81-78. And Coach Bill Harmson takes a seat beside me. And I said early on in the postgame show, Coach Harmson, not the sharpest day, especially the last 10 minutes. I said probably at first, and I said, well, there's no probably about it. I mean, it was hard work. And Concordia, I'll say this about Concordia. When I watched them early in the year, I thought maybe they're not where they have been. You see them in person twice within 2 weeks. They're a very good team, and I take back that thought that they maybe were a step back. They're right there once again this year.
Yeah, they're probably not as deep as what they have been. But, boy, those 7-8 players that they play, and they're really good. We got the lead up to 17 and felt pretty good, and then they shredded us for a little while. And then down the stretch, Mike, as you alluded to, in those last 10 minutes, we just didn't execute very well. We had 3 to 4 different opportunities to just kind of put the game away, and we just couldn't get it done. And defensively, they just caused us a lot of problems on our offensive end just by how they're running and trapping and putting so much pressure on the ball and just dictating where the dribble went. And they had other passing lanes covered up. And we're asking, Macy and Bailey and all of our guards to do so many difficult things against that man, we're going to turn it over at times. But the resiliency that this group showed again tonight, Mike, I'm just really impressed by, and they just continue to fight every night.
I asked Faith about the challenges of facing a team within 2 weeks of the first time. You've been around. You've experienced that before. What are the challenges, especially when it's a very good team?
Well, I think it's your first impression, right? So your first impression of what Concordia did and how we managed and navigated that. Then all of a sudden they change, right? They changed their defensive philosophy. They didn't bring a ton of doubles on Carly. Carly assumed that stuff was coming. And then we were allowed to shoot threes again tonight, which kind of surprised me in our gym. And fortunately, tonight we made them. But defensively, they did not bring that pressure against us last time, in the half court especially. In the full court, they kind of kept picking at Macy, picking at her. And then in the tonight in the half court, boy, they really got after us. And I'd hate to play them again. I mean, that's the reality. I mean, this is a very good team. They are coached so well. Those kids play their guts out, and they're very dangerous offensively. And they just spread the floor so well. They put you on an island to try and defend. And it's just a very good team, and it's a tough matchup for us.
Dakota Wesleyan on Wednesday, Northwestern on Saturday. It doesn't seem like this group has let the pressure get to them, though. I mean, it seems like they're enjoying it. I mean, are they enjoying this?
Oh, I think so. They, we in fact, just today we talked about, the pressure of performance versus the joy and the exhilaration of playing with your teammates, right? And you can have both, but you still got to have that joy, and you still have to have that fun with your teammates. And this group gets along, just accept down, kind of like they were a few times today. boy, they just bonded together even tighter yet. And so that's really fun to see, especially with the veteran group that we have, and just being able to see those guys just kind of bite their bottom lip, get a big stop, bite their bottom lip, score near the basket, hit, Faith hitting those threes in a row. I mean, those are just really, really fun for me to see because they just keep coming up with plays.
I asked her if anything melted when she came out, and she had it going, and then that last one wouldn't go in. And I asked her, how hard is it to not just let it fly?
Yeah.
And she said, well, today it was really hard because she wanted to be aggressive. But it seems like the strength of this team has been, there haven't been many times where you feel like somebody is out hunting for shots or trying to get theirs.
Yep.
It seems like that is the strength of this team.
It is, and it was an unusual night tonight, Mike. We had 16 assists. That's, close to probably a season low for us. And so that just says we had to do a lot of work on our own, too, to get to the basket, to score around the basket. And then we probably assisted on nearly all those 12 threes, correct? Her number was called there, and boy, she stepped up and just felt really good about it. And the fun part about this team, Mike, is somebody just has always answered that call, right? And just really proud of Faith and her ability to step up. Really proud of Macy and Beck, and we got great minutes tonight out of Willow Bleeker in a hot contest, and she's never faced anything like this. And so for her to step up and really play well for us is fun to see, too.
You had to turn things over a little more to your staff the last couple of days. You weren't 100%. You were on the injured reserve for a little while.
I was.
Staff had to do a little bit more work, I would think, over the last 2 days.
Yeah, I feel real confident. DJ and Justin picked up the slack, obviously, and put a lot of time into this. We were a little more detailed in our walkthrough today than what we normally are. So that's kind of a fun change to dive a little bit deeper as we get closer to tournament time. But I'm just really, with, Kyle and Justin and DJ, Alyssa, Peyton, those guys all love our women and love our team and are trying to do everything in their power to get them in the right spots. And, today we had a lot of recruits on campus, and they're just staying busy, visiting with the recruits and making them feel at home. And so, that process just keeps rolling, Mike. And we got a really good team on our bench, and I trust them. They do a great job.
Coach, I will let you go. We'll see you down at the Corn Palace on Wednesday. Probably see you around the office on Monday. And thanks for coming up.
All right, Mike. Thank you.
That's Coach Bill Harmson talking about today's game as the Dordt defenders come away with an 81-78 victory. The defenders with a 3-point win. Let's take a 2-minute break now, and we'll be back with the men's contest right after this. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and watching the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 2 minutes.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner & Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. And brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and the results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online at 712realty.com. Leading you home.
I chose Dordt because on my visit, I just felt a very genuine aspect of the people that were surrounding me. It just made me realize that I may have found my second home. I knew right at that visit, I got in the car with my mom and she's like, you know, I think we may have found your college. I agreed with her. At Dordt, they do a great job of providing many opportunities where you can just step out and really grow in your faith. They really push you in your faith in a way that I've never been pushed before. I don't know where I would have been at in my faith if I didn't choose Dordt.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym. Let's get set for the men's contest. Dordt taking on Concordia. Concordia coached by Ben Lembach. They are 20-5 this season, 13-4 overall. The defenders stand 17-8 overall, 10-7 in the conference. Concordia's won 9 games in a row. They're 11-2 in 2024. Losses are to Jamestown and Hastings, and they've won some squeakers. 6 of Concordia's wins in the 9-game winning streak have been by single digits. The defenders have outscored teams 89-78. And Concordia's out rebounding teams 38-34. They convert 52% of their shots. They limit teams to 45% shooting. Noah Schutt leads the team, 20.4 points, 8.2 rebounds. Throw in Tristan Smith, 18.3 points, 9 rebounds per game. He did not play in the first meeting of these two due to an injury. He has been playing and playing well recently, though. For the Dordt defenders, they've scored at least 80 points in 23 games this year. They're outscoring teams 90-78, out-rebounding teams 38-35, out-shooting teams in field goal percentage 51-44. Lucas Lorenzen leads the defenders with 21.2 points per game. Bryce Kopic, 17.6. Connor Milliken, 12.7. Luke Rankin, 10.7. Ben Fairclaws at 7.9 points per game. The defenders lead this series 22-17. Concordia won the first meeting of these two this year back on February 5, 89-84. Dordt was 32 of 73 from the field, 13 of 20 from the free throw line. Concordia was 29 of 65 from the field, 20 of 22 from the free throw line. Dordt had a 45-37 rebounding edge. Bryce Kopic had 20 points. Luke Rankin 16 points and 7 assists. Noah Schutt had 21 points. Hayden Frank came off of the bench to score 17 for the Bulldogs. Concordia will start number 12, Noah Schutt. He is a 6'4" junior from Laurel, Nebraska, averaging 20.4 points per game. Number 14 is Jackson Stuvey, a 6'4" freshman from Papillion, Nebraska, averaging 6.3 points per game. Number 20 is Lucas Helms, a 6'6" freshman from Lincoln, Nebraska, averaging 6.7 points per game. Number 22 is Tristan Smith, a 6'5" junior from Elizabeth, Colorado, averaging 18.3 points per game. And number 33 is Bradley Bennett, a 6'1" junior from Elkhorn, Nebraska, averaging 11.4 points per game. Off of the bench, look for Hayden Frank, averaging 6.8 points per contest. For the Dordt defenders, they will start Luke Rankin. Rankin is a 5'10" junior from Grimes, Iowa, averaging 10.7 points per game. Connor Milliken is a 6-foot freshman from Springfield, Nebraska, averaging 12.7 points per outing. Bryce Kopic wears number 2. He's a 5'11" senior from Haywarden, Iowa, averaging 17.6 points per game. Number 3 is Lucas Lorenzen. He is a 6'4" sophomore from Milford, averaging 21.2 points per outing. And Ben Fairclaw wears number 35. He is a 6'8" junior from Perth, Australia, averaging 7.9 points per game. Just about set for basketball. Everything's done in the conference. The eyes of the league now on this one, if you care. As Dordt trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Concordia trying to build on a 9-game winning streak. Opening tap controlled by the Bulldogs, and Concordia has it. Fairclaw guarding Tristan Smith. Smith did not play the first meeting of these two teams. Pass goes underneath. Back it goes Smith. Smith in the paint. His shot is good. Tristan Smith with the 2-point basket, and Concordia leads 2-0. Dordt basketball, left-hand side. Milliken gets it on the right side of the lane. Tries to go down the alley. Nothing there. Comes back over to Kopic. Kopic, 17-footer. Left it short, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Helms. Helms with the basketball. He passes it off to Schutt. Schutt with it. Dordt softball team winners this afternoon, building their winning streak to 3 in a row. Pass goes left side, Helms. Helms with it. Helms back out front to Smith. Smith into the paint. Smith with the basketball, fires it back out to the perimeter. Three-pointer from the corner, in and out, no good, but nobody boxes out Noah Schutt. That's not a good game plan. And Schutt with the putback. 4-0 our score, 1:10 into the game. With the basketball, Milliken back over to Kopic. Kopic right side, Milliken. Milliken three, short, no good. And the rebound taken away by Helms, and a slow start for the defenders. Helms all the way to the hoop, lays it up with the right hand, missed it, no good. Rebound taken away by Milliken. Milliken with the basketball back over to Kopic. Kopic at the top of the key. Rice passes right side to Fairclough. Fairclough bounce pass inside, intended for Milliken, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Dordt. It will be Concordia basketball. Concordia basketball, Dordt trailing 4-0. And with the basketball is Bradley Bennett. Bennett on the right wing, guarded by Schutt. Looks, gives it off to Smith. Smith down to the paint. Smith, nothing there. Turn around, a hook shot in the paint is good. Tristan Smith with 4, and the defenders trail 6-0. Defenders looking for the first basket of the day. With a Lorenzen. Lorenzen, Fairclough. Fairclough back to the basket, backing his way in. Puts it up off of the glass, left it short, no good, and the rebound is taken away by Concordia, and Concordia looking to build on a 6-0 lead. 6-0 our score. Smith working it into the paint. Smith, short shot, no good. Rebound tapped out long. Coming away with it is Stuvey. Stuvey, three, good. Stuvey with the three from the top of the key. Concordia leads 9-0, and Dordt is forced to use a timeout with 2:29 gone in the first half. 9-0 the score. Concordia leading. Dordt uses a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
They get it inbounded to Rankin. Rankin will bring it up the floor. Luke with the basketball, stops, feeds it down into the block. That is Lorenzen. Lorenzen back to Kopic. Kopic misses the shot in the paint. Here comes Concordia in transition. Bradley Bennett gives it into the corner. Ball deflected, picked up by Bennett. Bennett with a basketball. Bennett comes back over to Schutt. Schutt at the top of the key, guarded by Milliken. Back left side, three, good. Bradley Bennett with the three, and the Dordt defenders trail 12-0. Reminiscent of the hole that Dordt dug themselves against Jamestown. And they fought back, tied it in the second half, unable to regain the lead, though. With it out front, Rankin. Rankin to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it on the left side. Back it goes to Rankin. Rankin three, in and out, no good. And the shooting woes continue for the defenders. Off and running, Helms. Helms comes back outside. Three, short, no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin to Kopic. Kopic on the left-hand side. 16:25 remaining. Throw it into the corner. Milliken, three, good. Connor Milliken with the three-point basket, and the Dordt defenders trail 12-3. Bennett passes it back over to Helms. Helms at the free throw line and throws it away. Nobody in particular, and the ball goes out of bounds. So Hayden Frank will check into the ball game, his first appearance. He knocked down some big shots when these two teams played 2 weeks ago this coming Monday. Kopic with the basketball. He's got it at the top of the key. Dordt trailing 12-3. Driving in Kopic. His shot no good. Rebound kicked out. Lorenzen three off the heel, no good. And the rebound taken away by Stuvey. Stuvey with it. Stuvey left side Frank. Frank thought about the three, decides better of it. Now gets the return pass. Frank with the basketball. Comes back over to Schutt. Schutt bullies his way to the hoop. Lays it up with the right hand, good. Noah Schutt with four, and the defenders trail 14-3. Back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen into the corner, Fairclaw. Fairclaw with it. Fairclaw back to Milliken. Milliken at the top of the key, right side Lorenzen. Lorenzen driving in. Pass deflected. Milliken with it back on the right wing. Milliken driving in, puts it up off of the glass, gets his own rebound back, and we've got a foul called. Foul's going to go on the Concordia Bulldogs. And Noah Schutt. That's foul number 1 on Schutt. Dordt will inbound the basketball right side of the lane as we face the hoop. Got started a little later than our 5:45 anticipated start time today. Almost back to the old 2-hour blocks. Pass right side, Lorenzen. Lorenzen floater with the right hand, missed it, no good. Shot in the paint by Lucas Lorenzen is good. He's got 5, and the defenders trail 14-5. Defender women squeaked one out today, 81-78 over the Bulldogs. Staying perfect in the league. Reverse layup is no good by Bradley Bennett as he's able to pin Luke Rankin on his hip. And Rankin gets called for the personal foul. Bennett will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And Luke Rankin picks up his first personal foul. Well, for the defenders, we knew this was going to be a challenging stretch at home. Lost a tough one to Morningside a little over a week ago, or a week and a half ago. Had Saturday off last week. Lost a close game with Jamestown. And now taking on one of the conference leaders today in Concordia. And they trail early, 15-5 after a made free throw. Another free throw on the way for Bennett. Bennett makes 1 of 2. That one kicks off the heel. And the Dordt lead deficit is 10. With it, left side, Lusher. Lusher back to the basket. Jackson working his way in with a right-handed hook. Rattles it, no good. And the rebound cleared by Concordia. Concordia basketball. On the left-hand side with it is Schutt. Schutt to Frank. Frank to Bennett. Bennett with a basketball. Bennett on the right-hand side. Almost this entire Concordia team will be back next year as well. So this is not a one-year deal for them. Hayden Frank underneath the basket. His short shot is good, and the defenders are down a dozen, 17-5. 17-5, Concordia on defense. Dordt against the man-to-man. Comes back outside Rankin. Rankin lost it. Picks it up on the elbow underneath Lusher. Back outside Kopic. Kopic, quick 3, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Concordia. Bradley Bennett has it at the top of the key. He brings it back in between the circles. Comes back left side to Bennett. Bennett with it. Bennett driving in with the left hand, blocked by Fairclaw. Rebound Kopic. Here comes Dordt in transition. Bryce driving in. Lays it up with the right hand. No good. And the rebound cleared by Concordia. Concordia with the basketball. Right hand 3 on the way. Missed it. Too long. No good. On the missed 3 by Zach Kulus. And Dordt comes back the other way. Rankin. Rankin to Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Lusher. Lusher in the short corner. Lusher faces up. Tries to work his way in. And we've got a hold called against the Bulldogs. And Hayden Frank. And Frank that time might have taken the worst of it. Jackson Lusher, as he came through, might have caught him with a forearm. And that's part of the job description of playing defense. You might end up a little bit too close to the fire. Hogsma, left side, Lusher. Lusher with it. Lusher into the paint. Back it goes, Vanessen. Vanessen at the free throw line. Back over to Rankin. Rankin at the top of the key. Rankin, 17-footer, no good. And Concordia right now forcing Dordt into difficult shots. And laying it up with the right hand on the other end. Noah Schutt misses. Rebound cleared, defenders. Underneath it goes Lusher. Lusher shot in the paint, no good, but he is fouled on the play. Jackson will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So Jackson Lusher will go to the free throw line. He will shoot 2, and I think Brian Van Haften is asking Dave Aggie, why does it have to wait? Why do you have to wait to call the whistle, blow the whistle until after the shot is missed. That one came in late, and we've seen that more and more in recent weeks, both ways. Dordt's been the recipient of it. Opponents have been the recipient of it. Lusher makes one of two. I get it. You don't want the Stars fouling out, but it does make it frustrating for coaches. With the left side, Kulus. Kulus with the basketball back over to Frank. Frank with it at the top of the key. Angles off to the left-hand side. Right back it goes to Bennett. Bennett with the basketball. Bennett on the wing. 12-13 and counting. First half. Concordia with a 17-6 lead. Dordt in the danger zone. Concordia throws it away. And the Dordt defenders save it in off of Noah Schutt. That is Luke Rankin saving it in. New player checking in for the Bulldogs. Lucas Helms will check in. And checking out will be Bradley Bennett. This Concordia team, 4 of the players listed between 6'4" and 6'6", and they're almost clones of each other, it appears. The 4 starters, all 4 of the 5 in between 6'4" and 6'6". Rankin's wraparound pass taken away. Back we go the other way. Schutt at the free throw line. Ball deflected, taken away by Lusher. Jackson with the steal. Lusher will drive in, lace it up with the right hand. No good, but he is fouled on the play. And the foul called on Noah Schutt. That's number 2 on him. So the defenders will go to the free throw line. And Lusher will try to get the Dordt defenders a little bit closer. 6 points in the first 8 minutes plus. First free throw is off the mark, no good. Another one on the way for Jackson. Jackson normally about an 80% free thrower. The defenders so far in this one, 2 of 15 from the floor, 1 for 5 from the three-point line. Concordia 7 of 14 and 2 of 5, and Lusher misses them both. That has been a storyline in the last couple of weeks as well, and that is free throw shooting difficulties. And an offensive foul called on the Bulldogs and Lucas Helms. Jackson Lusher that time holding his ground. And Jackson Lusher in all likelihood playing in front of the DeWitt gym crowd for the last time in his career. He and Shane Hogsma. Unlikely that the defenders get a home game in the conference tournament at this point. Pass comes out front, Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Lorenzen picks up the dribble back over to Hogsma. Right side Rankin. Rankin into the corner. Lusher. Lusher trying to come set. Tristan Smith playing the defense. Lusher gets him up in the air. Off the glass, good. Jackson Lusher with the 2-point basket. He's got 3. And the defenders trail 17-8. Frank with the basketball. He passes left wing. Concordia ball. Tristan Smith comes back out front to Frank. And Hogsma is called for the personal foul. Dordt's also been playing without Jake Hargens. Earlier this week, saw Jake in the trainer's room. Sounded like he twisted an ankle in practice. And so Dordt a little bit out of their normal rotation the last couple of games. Kulus, back left side to Stuvey. Stuvey with it. Comes back to Smith. Smith underneath, and the ball deflected out. Last touched by the Concordia Bulldogs. It's Dordt basketball, so Dordt managing to stop the momentum at least. Now try to build some. Trailing by 9 are the defenders at 17-8. And Luke Rankin will bring the basketball up the floor. He passes right side Lorenzen. Lorenzen back over to Vanessen. Ty to Milliken. Milliken to Lusher. Lusher with the basketball. Lusher gives it up Vanessen. Vanessen back over to Milliken. Milliken right side Lusher. Lusher with it back to Lorenzen. 9 to shoot, now 8. Lorenzen step back 3 on the way, good. Lucas Lorenzen with 5, and the defenders trail by 6, 17-11. Down to the baseline, the Bulldogs. Lucas Helms. Helms comes back right side, Smith. Smith reverses. Back to the wing, Kulus. Kulus spins into the lane, and Rankin's going to be called for a foul. That's number 2 on Luke. So with 9:50 left to go in the half, Dordt trails 17-11. The defenders right now on the floor with Milliken, Vanessen, Lorenzen, Kopic, and Lusher. Rankin checks out of the game. Concordia inbounds. They get it into Stuvey. Stuvey to Smith. Smith back outside. Three in and out, no good. Concordia settling for threes right now, and the Dordt defenders able to cash in with a rebound. Dordt trailing 17-11. Pass left side. They give it up to Lusher. Lusher with it on the wing. Lusher working his way down low. That crab walk. He's into the paint, and he is fouled on the play. He's going to be held by Tristan Smith. And not wise, that foul by Smith. And the Dordt defenders will inbound left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Throwing it in will be Connor Milliken. Milliken gets it inbounded to Kopic. Kopic down to the baseline. Kopic back out front. It goes. This is Lusher. Lusher with it. 13 to shoot. Fairclaw back over to Kopic. Bryce with it on the elbow. Back outside. It comes to Milliken. Tests the waters at the free throw line. Back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen fading away three. No good. Rebound long. Taken down by Lusher. A fresh possession for the defenders. 15 to shoot now for Dordt. Bryce Kopic with the basketball near midcourt. Sizes things up off the dribble. Bryce into the lane, and he is fouled on the play, and Bryce will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul charge to the Bulldogs and number 3. Concordia sneaking players in that I wasn't anticipating seeing. Joel Baker from Alliance, Nebraska. I don't think he played the last time around. Free throw is up and good for Bryce Kopic. Not saying they can't, obviously. Just normally at this point of the year, you're pretty set on rotations. Maybe somebody's injured as well for the Bulldogs that I'm not aware of. 17-13 our score. Dordt trailing by 4 after looking like they couldn't do much right. They've scored 8 in a row. Concordia basketball. With it out front, Smith. Smith in the paint, and Smith is fouled on the shot. That's going to go on Ben Fairclaw as he challenged the shot. That's foul number 1 on him. With 8:38 left to play in the half. Dordt trailing 17-11. Well, it was a busy day over at the ASB Sports Complex once again. That's been a common theme here in February on the weekends. Playing a part in helping host 16 softball games this weekend. Looks like they're still working their way through that. Last game is in the 4th inning, so hopefully the athletic communications staff can grab a little bit of a break today. 1 of 2 free throws for the Bulldogs. Dordt trailing 18-13. Lusher into the paint, and Lusher has it stripped on the way up. Bulldogs come away with it. Tapping it away that time was Smith. Here come the Bulldogs, and the shot no good. Rebound cleared by the defenders. Lusher back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gives it up to Kopic. Kopic out front into the corner. Milliken, 3, good. Connor Milliken makes it 18-16. Defenders down 2 for Connor Milliken, his second 3. So the Concordia Bulldogs with the basketball. Goes down to the baseline. Cut off. Throw it back out front. Left wing. Stuvey. 3. Good. Stuvey with 6. And the Concordia Bulldogs call the timeout, leading by 5. 21-16 our score. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suin, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system. Huber's Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
(21-16). Dordt trailing by 5. They've trailed by as many as 12. Battling back from a 17-5 deficit. Dordt trailing right now 21-16. The defenders outscoring Concordia 11-6 since it was 17-5. And it should be 10-4. They've outscored them 11-4. I shouldn't try to do math on live. Pass left side, Kopic. Kopic drills the left wing 3. He's got 4, and the defenders back to within 2 at 21-19. 21-19 our score. Into the paint. Concordia with the basketball. Kick out Bennett. Bennett with it. Bennett gives it up. Left side, Kissinger. Kissinger back it goes to Bennett. Bennett with the basketball. Back out front. 3. Short, no good. And the rebound cleared by the defenders. And coming away with it is Milliken. Ahead to Fairclaw. Fairclaw back to Kopic. Kopic 3. Short, no good. And the rebound cleared by Concordia. The Bulldogs have it. Tristan Smith driving baseline. Comes back outside. 3 on the way. Missed, no good. And the rebound Fairclaw. Fairclaw looking for the outlet pass. Gets it ahead to Kopic. Kopic, the trailer. Lorenzen for the lead. 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen with the 3-point basket, and the defenders have come back from down 17-5, outscoring Concordia 17-4 in the process. And they lead now 22-21 with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Concordia basketball. Bulldogs with it on the right wing. Kissinger. Kissinger puts it up. Shot no good, but a foul on the play. And Milliken is whistled for the personal, his first. So 2 free throws on the way for Brooks Kissinger. First free throw is up and through. So Kissinger makes the first, ties it up at 22 all. And the second free throw is up and good. So Kissinger makes them both. With it, out front. Comes back over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with it, back over to Kopic. Kopic, free throw line jumper, good. Bryce Kopic with the 2-point basket. So Bryce now with 6. And the defenders, 24-23, they trail. They lead, I should say. 24-23 defenders. Right-hand side with it. This is shot. 3-pointer from the wing, good for Frank. Hayden Frank with 5 points. And the defenders trail 26-24. Lusher back to Kopic. Kopic 3, good. Bryce Kopic gives Dordt a 1-point lead back at 27-26. Now both teams starting to heat up from the perimeter. 27-26 the score. Pass left side, Smith. Smith backing his way in. And Smith, the spin move, gets around Fairclaw. Tristan Smith with 6. And the defenders trail 28-27. Kopic picks it up, back over to Lusher. Jackson back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen off of the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound back. Stripped on the way up, and coming away with it is Tristan Smith. Smith to shot with the right hand, and he is fouled on the play on the drive. Ben Fairclaw whistled for his second personal foul. The defenders here in the in the first half, 6 of 12 on 3-pointers. Concordia, 4 of 10. Feels like they've shot more than that. Concordia 10 for 21 from the floor. Dordt 9 for 25. And a second free throw on the way for Noah Shutt. Shutt now with 5 points. Trying to extend it back to a 3-point lead. Shutt is an 82% free throw shooter. He has shot. This will be his 159th free throw this season. He and Tristan Smith, pretty good 1-2 punch on the interior. Second free throw for Shutt is good. He's got 6. And the defenders trail 30-27. Left side pass, Milliken. Milliken 3, missed it, short, no good. Rebound tapped and controlled by Concordia. Bulldog basketball, Bennett. Bennett in between the circles. He goes left wing. Bennett puts it on the deck against Rankin, picks up the dribble, comes back outside to Mueller. Into the corner. This is Shutt. Shutt working it in against Hogsma, 10 to shoot. And Shutt, 2-point bucket, good. Mismatch that time, and he took advantage. Dordt trails 32-27. Kopic to Vanessen. Vanessen left side. Back to Milliken. Milliken, Rankin. Rankin rolls it down low for Vanessen. Vanessen reverses Milliken. Milliken 3, missed it, no good. Rebound controlled by Concordia, and Concordia with a chance to reestablish a 7 or 8 point lead. Right side Frank guarded there by Rankin. And into the paint, Wheeling. Shot is up, no good. Frank there for the rebound and the putback. Hayden Frank with 7 points. Defenders lead 34-20, trail I should say, 34-27. Had the lead briefly on a couple different occasions. Bryce Kopic driving in. Gets it back over to Rankin. Rankin 3, no good. Rebound Vanessen. Vanessen, hook shot in the lane, can't get it to go, and now a fight for the basketball and the rebound, a jump ball, alternating possession. It'll be Dordt basketball. 2:42 remaining, first half. The defenders trailing 34-27, and they need a basket. Came all the way back, took the lead briefly, and now throwing it in will be Milliken. Milliken looking. Milliken throws over the top, right side, gets it back out front to Kopic. Kopic to Lusher. Lusher back to Milliken. Milliken right wing to Kopic. Kopic 10 to shoot. Kopic gets a ball screen. 7 to shoot now for Bryce. Bryce pull-up jumper 3, missed it, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Concordia. Bulldogs bring it up the floor. Pass comes back out to the wing. Frank 3, good. Hayden Frank with 10 first half points. Concordia extends the lead back to 10, 37-27. Concordia right now on an 11-0 run to take a 10-point lead. Let's take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Let's take a 1-minute break. This time out brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
Thanks to these Dordt Media Network sponsors, Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value.
The Dordt defenders in bad need of a basket right now, trailing 37-27. They were down 11 early, came all the way back, took a lead on a couple different occasions. Lorenzen with it in the paint, walled up. They get it back outside Lusher. Lusher back to Lorenzen, 12 to shoot, lost it, picked up by Vanessen. Vanessen in the paint and knocked off balance. And bringing the ball back the other way is Tristan Smith. Right side three, missed, no good. Rebound cleared by Milliken. Milliken with the ball. Milliken goes left-hand side to Lusher. Lusher right side Kopic. Dordt down 10. Lusher trying to work his way in against Tristan Smith. Lusher gathers himself. Shot no good, and Concordia has done a pretty good job of defending his right-handed shot. Concordia with the basketball. Frank thought about the three. He's got 10 already tonight. In the first half, comes in averaging 6.8, but he scored 17 against the defenders the last time. Now he reverses it back to the right wing. Kick out pass, three on the way, missed, no good. And the rebound controlled after the missed shot by Tyler Harry. Lorenzen a three to try to cut into the lead. That's off the mark, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Concordia. Concordia with the lead and the basketball, 37-27. Right-hand side, Stuvey. Stuvey gives it up, left wing. Harry, three, no good. Under a minute to go in the half. Dordt trailing 37-27. Lorenzen back to Kopic. Kopic on the wing. Milliken. Milliken with a basketball. Milliken gets it into Lusher. Lusher finally gets a shot to drop. That's his second field goal. He's got 5. And the defenders trail 37-29. 37-29 our score. Tristan Smith with an out front, 10 to shoot. Guarded there by Lusher, 8 to shoot. That's in the half. Smith driving in, lays it up with the right hand, good. Tristan Smith off balance, gets the shot. He's got 8. Desperation shot at the horn for Bryce Kopic. Rattles out, no good. We've played one half of basketball. Concordia 39, Dordt 29. Let's take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with a recap of the first half of action in 3 minutes.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym, and happening on the floor at halftime of the men's contest, something that we've settled into for timing, and that is the Women's Senior Day recognition. The Dordt Defenders with several seniors on this team and associated with the program, and so that is what you are hearing online, and that's what you are seeing as well. As far as players in the program completing their years, Faith Van Holland, Carly Gustafson in year 5, Bailey Beckman year 5, and Macy Nielsen. They are graduating, and also you've got Jill Roovers, who's involved in the program as she's a senior and has graduated. Mae Drost, she's been a student coach this year. And the Defenders with several seniors of note. You heard during the post-game show of the women's contest, Faith Van Holland, she'll graduate. She's going to stay put in Sioux Center. Sounds like she has a teaching job lined up at Sioux Center, so congratulations to her on the job hunt. Macy Nielsen, I believe she's headed for grad school. And Carly Gustafson in the midst of grad school. She's pursuing her master's. And Bailey Beckman, last time we visited with her, that was the intention as well, as she was going to try to get into PT school, physical therapy school as well. So we're at 39-29. The Concordia Bulldogs leading the Dordt Defenders in men's basketball. The Defenders trailed early in this one 17-5. And Dordt came back to take the lead at 24-23 and again at 27-26. From that point forward, though, Concordia outscored Dordt 11-0 to take a 10-point lead and push the lead to they had the lead down to 8 again, and then the Concordia Bulldogs get a 2-point basket near the end of the first half to make it 39-29. The Defenders are led by Bryce Kopic with 10 points unofficially, while the Concordia Bulldogs are topped by Hayden Frank off of the bench. He's got 10 on 4 of 5 shooting. Let's take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with a rundown of all the numbers from the first half of our contest right after this 3-minute timeout.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Clausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust. This live stream broadcast brought to you by Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center, your source for quality automotive parts for your car or truck. Let them use their knowledge to help you find the right vehicle battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, and other parts needed to get your job done. Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors. Knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Here are your numbers at halftime. The Concordia Bulldogs, 14 of 29 from the floor, 48%, 5 for 14 from the three-point line, 36%, 6 of 8 on free throws, 75%. For the Dordt defenders, they are 10 of 34 so far from the floor, 29%, 6 of 17 on threes, 35%, 3 for 6 from the free throw line, 50%. Both teams have 21 rebounds. Dordt has committed 4 turnovers. Concordia has 5. For the defenders, Bryce Kopic leading the way with 10 points, 8 for Lucas Lorenzen, 6 for Connor Milliken, 5 for Jackson Lusher. Connor Milliken and Lucas Lorenzen each with 5. Jackson Lusher has 4, and 2 each for Jackson Lusher and Bryce Kopic in the assist category as well. For the Bulldogs, 10 for Hayden Frank, 9 for Tristan Smith, 8 for Noah Schutt, 6 for Jackson Stuvey, 4 for Bennett, and 2 for Kissinger. 6 rebounds for Smith, the lead in that category. Noah Schutt with 2 assists. Those are your halftime numbers. Concordia leads Dordt 39-29. Let's take another 3-minute break, and we'll be back with a look at the conference scoreboard right after this.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner and Svort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection, connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at germanfarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
The spiritual climate and the community itself is strong. And Dordt remains unapologetically Christian in their mission. And we certainly believe for our kids, the best fit is an institution that believes that every square inch, every aspect of your life comes under the lordship of God. And we can see that woven into the classes that our kids have taken, the athletic teams that they've been part of, the music that they've been part of. It's just all a culture that we appreciate and love so much.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Special thanks to all our Dordt Media Network sponsors. Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Van Engelenhoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency throughout Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelenhoven Agency's Sioux Center advisors Mark Holsoff or Lisa Dykstra.
The men's portion of the league, I should say. Morningside defeated Doane 95-75. Hastings defeated Briarcliff 71-48. Jamestown an 88-79 winner over Mount Marty at Jamestown, and Northwestern defeated Midland on the road 90-84. Conference standings currently, Hastings is the top of the league at 14-4. Concordia trying to keep pace. They're 13-4 right now. Northwestern and Morningside lurking a game back at 13-5. The defenders at 10-7 right now. Jamestown is 10-8. Dakota Wesleyan and Briar Cliff are both 9-9. Those are the 8 teams that are going to make the postseason playoff. Just don't know the order. Midland is 4-14. Doane is 2-17. Mount Marty is 2-17. Remaining on the schedule for the men's teams. Dordt is at Dakota Wesleyan. Briar Cliff's at Jamestown. Morningside is at Northwestern. That's a key contest, obviously. On that same night, Hastings and Concordia are playing as well. That is a big game, obviously. Midland is at Mount Marty. And then on Saturday, teams concluding play. Dordt is at Northwestern. Morningside's at Briar Cliff. Dakota Wesleyan's at Jamestown. Midland's at Concordia. And Hastings is at Doane. If this score holds up, it certainly looks like that Concordia-Hastings game could be for the conference championship on Wednesday night. Still 20 minutes for the Dordt defenders to make up 10 points and hopefully pull Concordia into a 3-way tie for second place, and at the same time stay clear of a tie with Jamestown in 5th place. So a lot to happen. And we are just about set for the start of the second half. For the defenders, have to look it up, but this might be a season low in terms of points scored in a half. Shot from the perimeter, 3, missed, no good. Fairclaw gathers in the rebound after Concordia had the first possession of the second half. With the basketball left side, Milliken to the paint, nothing there. Comes back outside to Kopic to Fairclaw. Fairclaw driving in off of the glass with the right hand, good. Ben Fairclaw with a 2-point bucket, and the defenders trail 39-31. Shot in the paint, no good, and a late foul call. Going to the free throw line. A foul called on Fairclaw, that's number 3 on him. To the free throw line will be Tristan Smith. Smith with 8 points, averaging 18.3 points per game. Left-handed free throw up and good. He's a 63% free throw shooter. If there is a chink in the armor, it might be the free throw shooting for Tristan Smith, 63%. He is now 94 of 148 this season, 95 of 149. He's got 10 points. And the defenders trail 41-31. Coming back the other way, Rankin into the front court. Left side pass, Milliken out front, Kopic with the basketball, tests the water, spins into the lane, loses the handle. Back outside it goes Rankin left side, Lorenzen ball fake, 3, short, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Concordia. Concordia with a chance to build on the 10-point lead. Left side pass, Helms gives it up, Bennett with the basketball, back to Smith. It's going to be called for a charge. So an offensive foul called on Tristan Smith, his second. And the Bulldogs turn it over with the offensive foul. Nice crowd on hand for today's Saturday contest. It has thinned out a little bit here in the men's game. Dordt with the basketball, leading 41-31. Left side pass, Lorenzen gives it up. Milliken with the basketball, Kopic comes back, Lusher into the paint, trying to work back to that right hand. Short shot is no good, but he's fouled on the play. And Tristan Smith is going to be called for his 3rd personal, and Jackson Lusher will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. So a couple of free throws on the way for Jackson Lusher. First one up and good for Lusher. He's got 6. Defenders back to within 9, trying to make it 8. Second free throw is up and good. 41-33, defenders by 8, down by 8, I should say. Concordia basketball, Bennett goes left-hand side, Stuvey. Right wing, back to the basket. This is shot. Kick out pass, 3, missed, no good by Stuvey. Rebound cleared by the defenders, down 8. With the basketball, Lorenzen. Lorenzen puts it up, blocked, and the ball goes out of bounds on the rebound. Last touch by the defenders. Jackson Lusher trying to climb the ladder, taps that one out of bounds. It'll be Concordia basketball. So Concordia by 8, 41-33, 2 minutes gone in the second half. Concordia basketball. This is Bradley Bennett. Bennett goes right side shut. Shut picks up the dribble. Smith, and the Smith pass goes back to Tristan Smith, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Concordia. It's Dordt basketball. So Dordt inbounding the basketball with it across the timeline. This is Rankin. Rankin gives it off to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the ball. Lorenzen comes back, right-hand side, drives in, and he's going to be called for a charge. Offensive foul called against Lorenzen. So Lucas Lorenzen whistled for the personal foul on the charge. That's number 1 on Lucas. And our score remains Concordia 41, Dordt 33. Dordt's outscored Concordia 4-2 to start the second half. Trail by 8, 17:24 left to go in the game. Spin move, shut, back to the basket. Shut back outside it goes Helms. Helms 3, missed, no good. And the rebound taken away by Rankin. Rankin caught up in the air, gets it away to Milliken. Milliken back out front, Lusher. Lusher floats it up short in the lane, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Concordia. Concordia over the basketball. And we've got a foul called before the shot. That's going to go on Connor Milliken. Well, you see a little bit of the age playing a part in this one, where the Concordia Bulldogs a little bit of more strength to them at all 5 positions. Just presents some real challenges both on the offensive end and on the defensive end. Lusher trying to hold his ground, shot no good, but a foul on the play called on Lusher. Tristan Smith will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, and Jackson has just picked up his first personal. So 2 free throws on the way. First one is up and good for Smith. He's 3 for 3 today. And a second free throw on the way for Smith. 42-33, second free throw is up, and that one's in and out, no good. Dordt down 9. Rankin with the basketball up the floor, directing traffic. Has it on the left wing, gives it up to Lusher. Lusher down to the baseline, cut off. Jackson with it, in the paint. Hook shot with the right hand, no good, and the rebound is cleared by Tristan Smith. And Smith throws it away on the other end, trying to get into the fast break, and Bradley Bennett has it kicked out of bounds. 42-33, defenders down 9 with the basketball. Bringing it up is Luke Rankin. Rankin with it on the left-hand side, pull up from 15, good. Luke Rankin with his first field goal. He goes up unguarded, basically. Concordia, I don't know if that was the game plan or if they just simply fell asleep. Pass back to Helms. Helms into the paint. Helms puts it up, blocked, but a foul. I think Connor Milliken got up in the air that time, and he's going to pick up foul number 3 in the process. So 2 free throws on the way for Lucas Helms. So Helms shooting free throws. Well, keeping an eye on the men's and women's Great Plains Athletic Conference Track and Field Championships. And right now with 5 events to go, looks like Dordt's not going to be able to come back on Doane. They trail by 32 points in the men race. And they trail the women 3rd place with 72. Concordia running away with that one right now, 171 points. Both free throws made for Lucas Helms. And Concordia extends the lead back to 9. Lusher, back outside it goes Kopic. Kopic spin move into the paint. Back outside it comes to Lusher. Lusher with the basketball. Lusher into the paint. And Lusher off of the glass, good. Jackson Lusher with a 2-point bucket. He's got 8. He had 8 in the first meeting of these two teams. Dordt trailing 44-37. Three-pointer up, short, no good by Schutt. Rebound taken away by the defenders. Dordt with it, down 7. Let's see if they go back to Lusher in the paint. Concordia has basically been letting him catch the ball in the paint. Just hasn't made that right-handed shot like he normally does. And a blocking foul called on Concordian Bradley Bennett. Bennett called for the personal foul. 15:21 left to go in the contest. It's team foul number 3 on Concordia. Dordt has 5 team fouls. Throwing the ball in will be Luke Rankin. Rankin triggering, and Rankin gets it into Kopic. Kopic basket good, and he's fouled. So Bryce Kopic whistled for the gets fouled on the play. He'll go to the free throw line for the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity as the Dordt defenders try to fight their way back in. Ben Loverud checking into the ball game. So Loverud, let's see if he, wing player, seeing time here with 15:19 remaining. He is a junior from the Des Moines area. Kopic makes the free throw. He's got 9. And the defenders on defense. Pass goes over to Bennett. Bennett with the basketball. Bennett has it out front, and he travels with it. Dordt will get it back, trailing by 4. So the defenders hanging around trying to give themselves a chance. With it, left side Rankin. Rankin back to Loverud. Loverud to Rankin. Rankin to Lusher. Lusher with the basketball. Lusher back over to Rankin. Rankin deep 3, good. Luke Rankin with his second field goal. He's got 5. And the defenders back to within 1 at 44-43. Down to the baseline, Frank. Frank trying to take Loverud in deep. Puts the shot up, and Frank with the shot underneath. He's got a dozen. And the Dordt defenders trail 46-43. Timeout on the floor, charge to the Bulldogs. 14:34 left to go in regulation. This will be a full-length timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
The Dordt defenders trailing by 3, 46-43, 14:34 left to go in regulation. So the defenders battling back. With it out front is Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin off balance shot trying to get to the hoop, and he's unable to finish at the hoop. Brayson Mueller comes away with the rebound. Throw it right corner back over to Bradley Bennett. Bennett with the basketball. Bennett gives it up to Hayden Frank. Frank with it at the free throw line. Frank working his way into the lane. Puts up the short shot. Gets it to go, and he is fouled. That is Schutt, beg your pardon. Schutt with an opportunity at the three-point play opportunity. So the Bulldogs now with a 5-point lead pending the free throw. And Noah Schutt so far with 10 points tonight. Free throw is up. Free throw is good. He's got 11. Back the other way we come. Dordt basketball. Kopic out front. They get it down low to Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the basketball. Lorenzen back to Loverud. Loverud bounce pass to Lusher. Lusher with the basketball, short corner. Back out front it goes Loverud. Loverud, Kopic. Kopic, right wing three. Missed it, no good. And the rebound cleared by the Concordia Bulldogs. Bulldog basketball, Shutt. Shutt with it on the wing. Shutt comes back over to Stuvey. Stuvey, right side, Mueller, taken away by the defenders. Rankin layup, left hand, good. Rankin with 7 all in the second half, and the defenders trail 49-45. Right side, Stuvey gives it up to Frank. Frank with it on the wing. Frank goes back over to Shutt. Shutt into the paint. Shutt hesitates. His shot rattles out, no good. Rebound taken away by Lusher over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Dordt trailing. With it, right wing, back over to Kopic. Kopic to Rankin. Rankin three, missed, short, no good. And the rebound cleared by Concordia. 13 minutes left to go in the game. Corner, open three, missed, no good by Jackson Wyand. And the defenders come back the other way. Kopic all the way down to the right wing. Lorenzen back to Rankin. Rankin fires it back outside for Lorenzen. Lorenzen three, good. Lorenzen with 11, and the defenders trail by 1 again, 49-48. 12:30 left to go in the game. Wayand with the basketball. Pass left side, three answering, good by Brayson Mueller. Mueller makes it 52-48, Concordia. 4-point advantage. Left side it goes Lorenzen. Lorenzen to Lusher. Lusher back to the basket, working it in against Mueller. And Lorenzen underneath, his shot no good, and the rebound taken away by Concordia. Concordia with the basketball. And the ball deflected. It's now down on the floor, picked up by Frank. Loose basketball, kick out pass, right side, three on the way is up and good for Frank. Hayden Frank with 15, and the Dordt defenders trail 55-48. 55-48, Dordt down 7. So we have a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Good. Connor Milliken makes it 55-50. Defenders trailing by 5. Concordia basketball. This is Smith. Smith with a back out front. Goes to Kissinger. Kissinger, long three on the way by Frank. No good. Rebound cleared by the defenders. Dordt down 55-50. Kopic with the pull-up three. Top of the key. In and out. No good. And we return to action. Concordia leading 55-50. Left side pass, it goes to Kissinger, and actually an odd sequence there where there actually wasn't a timeout charged. Tristan Smith underneath, his shot no good. Rebound taken away by Lorenzen, 10:55 and counting, ball game. Lorenzen out front, Fairclaw. Fairclaw gives it up, Milliken. Milliken driving in, puts it up, and he is fouled on the play. Fouls charged to Brooks Kissinger, his first. Connor Milliken will go to the free throw line. He's got 8 points and shooting for 9 and 10 here and trying to get back to within 3. So free throws on the way for Milliken, up and good. He's got another one coming, 9 points for Connor Milliken. And a second free throw on the way for Milliken. And this one's up and rattles around and falls through. Milliken now with 10 points. And the defenders back to within 55 to 52. 3-point difference. Bulldog basketball right wing. Feed it out front, Tristan Smith. Smith gets the return pass. Fairclough traps him, kicks it right side. 3 on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound taken away by Fairclough. Gets it up to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Dordt down 3. Lorenzen at the top of the key, puts it on the deck. Nothing there, looking for the backdoor cut. Now he'll clear out for him. Into the paint is Lorenzen. Lorenzen fading away, 2-pointer good. Lucas Lorenzen with 13, and the defenders trail 55 to 54. 10-10 remaining in regulation. Concordia basketball up by 1. They've withstood a couple of charges by the defenders already tonight. Concordia basketball, Helms loses it. It's picked up by the defenders. Here comes Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Bryce driving in, lays it up with the right hand. Good, count the hoop, and he is fouled. So Bryce Kopic will go to the free throw line for a 3-point play opportunity. Dordt leading 56-55. This is the first defender lead since it was 27-26. 27-26 defenders. That was back in the first half. Now here in the second half, the defenders leading by 1, trying to extend it to 2. They've not led by 2 so far, and now they make the free throw. So a 3-point play by Kopic, and the defenders have their biggest lead of the ball game, 57-55. Concordia basketball, left-hand side, Bennett. Bennett on the wing, comes back over to Shutt. Shutt left side, guarded by Fairclough. Shutt spins down to the baseline. Shutt with the right hand, good. Noah Shutt with 13, and we're tied 57 all. 57-57 our score. Pass goes left side, Kopic. Kopic driving in. Kopic with the 2-point bucket. So Bryce Kopic with the 2-point basket, and the defenders reestablish the lead, 59-57. Pass comes back out front, Shutt. Shutt into the paint. Kick out pass, 3-pointer, good. So Bennett with the 3, and the Dordt defenders answering back, Lucas Lorenzen. Lorenzen with the 3. So Lucas Lorenzen with the 3 as the two teams exchange 3-pointers. And the Dordt defenders come away with the basketball. Here's Lorenzen, heat check 3, in and out, no good. Rebound tipped and taken away by Hogsma. Dordt with a 2-point advantage, 62-60. With it out front is Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic goes left-hand side. They feed it in to Lorenzen. Lorenzen is held on the play. And that's going to be foul number 7 on Concordia in this half. And the Dordt defenders will send Lucas Lorenzen to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 1-and-1 opportunity. 62-60 our score. And Lucas Lorenzen will go to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Lorenzen. Free throw, short, no good. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. He's an 80% free throw shooter, and the defenders now leading 62-60. With the basketball out front, Bennett. Bennett on the wing, gives it up to Shutt. Shutt in the paint, digging down and taking it away is Hogsma. Hogsma over to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Rankin right side, Milliken. Milliken ball fake. Puts it up in traffic, off of the glass, good. Connor Milliken with a 2-point basket. He's got a dozen, and the defenders with their biggest lead of the game, 64-60. Left-hand pass goes to Smith. Smith with it at the top of the key. Smith goes right side back to Shutt. Shutt left wing to Bennett. Bennett with the basketball. Bennett at the top of the key. He goes back left side, Shutt. Shutt with it. Shutt swirls it around. Ball deflected, and it's tapped away out of bounds. Last touch by Concordia. It'll be Dordt basketball. 7:31 left to go in the contest. And the Dordt defenders with a 64-60 lead. They've been able to reverse what was largely a Concordia advantage all game long. And now they lead by 4 with the basketball. Rankin picks up his dribble, comes back over to Milliken. Milliken with it, throws it down low for Fairclough. Fairclough, they bring the double team. Kick out pass, comes back to Milliken. 8 to shoot. 17-footer by Rankin, misses. Too strong, no good. And a foul on the play called on the defenders. That's going to go on Hogsma, and Hogsma whistled for the personal. That's his second. Team foul number 7 on Dordt, and Tristan Smith will shoot a 1-and-1. (64-60), 1-and-1 on the way for Smith. And it's up and good. He's got another one coming. He's now 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Defenders leading 64-61, pending another free throw. Second free throw on the way is up, and that one is good as well. So Smith makes them both. He's got 14, and the defender lead is 64-62. Fairclough with the basketball, right side, Lorenzen. Dordt's led by as many as 4. Lorenzen in the paint, shot no good. Put back attempt no good. Rebound cleared by Tristan Smith. Back the other way we come. Concordia basketball for the lead. Three-pointer, right corner, no good. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Tristan Smith. That'll be Dordt basketball. So Bryce Kopic checks into the ball game. Lorenzen will check out for a breather. With the basketball, this is Rankin. Rankin comes back over to Kopic. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic comes back right side. Now brings it back to the top of the key. Step back triple on the way by Kopic. In and out, no good. And the rebound cleared by Concordia. Here comes Smith. Smith into the paint against Fairclough. Fairclough holding his ground. And a foul from behind is going to go against Connor Milliken, and Connor has just picked up his 4th. So Milliken picks up the personal foul. And Kulus to the free throw line. 67% free throw shooter. He was fouled in the act of shooting, so he'll shoot 2. First one is short, no good. Dordt with a 2-point lead, 64-62. And a second free throw on the way. This one's up and good as well. So Kulus makes 1 of 2. And the Bulldogs back to within 1 at 64-63. 6 minutes remaining in regulation. Left side pass, it goes to Milliken. Milliken playing with 4 fouls on the offensive end, gets the shot to go. Connor Milliken extends the lead back to 3 for the defenders, 66-63. 5:51 left to play. 3 on the way, missed, no good. Rebound taken away by the defenders. Concordia will put them up, and they'll keep the pressure on you with those 3-point shots. They have taken 25 threes so far today and has made 8 of them. Driving in, Kopic misses the layup, short-armed it from the right side of the lane. And the rebound taken away by Concordia in transition. Shut back outside. 3 on the way, missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Rankin, and Dordt will walk it up the floor. Dordt with a 3-point lead and the basketball. Rankin picks it back up over to Kopic. Kopic with it, left side to Milliken. Down short corner to Lusher. Lusher squaring up, now backing his way in. And Lusher's shot hangs on the rim and drops through. Jackson Lusher with 10 by my count, and the defenders lead 68-63. And a timeout on the floor charged to Concordia. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more from the DeWitt Gym. Dordt up 5. We'll be back with more in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your project a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by New Tech. At New Tech, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Grain House in Hull. They have amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and more. With a big city feel, located only 10 minutes away in Sioux Center, they have a second location opening next year in Sanborn. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
(68-63), the defenders trailing. And the defenders will try to, well, the defenders leading, I should say. I've got so used to saying they were trailing. They're leading, 68-63. Beg your pardon. Don't mean to give you a heart attack. Jackson Stuvey inbounds. Concordia with the basketball. They are trailing by 5. Got it out front. Pass right side. Tristan Smith. Smith with it into the paint. And Tristan Smith with a 2-point bucket. Smith put his shoulder down, went to the basket, gets the shot to go. Dordt by 3. Lorenzen open 3, good. Lucas Lorenzen with the 3, his 5th of the game, and the defenders lead 71-65. 19 now for Lorenzen. Smith, backdoor cut, shut, layup, good. Noah Shutt with a 2-point basket. Dordt leads 71-67, 4:13 remaining. Out front, Lorenzen. Lorenzen on the left wing, back to Rankin. Rankin with the basketball. Comes back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen 2 from the top of the key. Left it short, no good. But the rebound is taken away by Lusher. Lusher gives it up Rankin. Rankin right side Jackson. Jackson baseline jumper, good. Jackson Lusher with a 2. He's got 12, and the defenders lead 73-67. 3:45 left to go in the contest. Dordt by 6. Concordia with the basketball. The two teams swapping 2-point baskets. Right side it goes. And driving in is Jackson Stuvey. Stuvey finishes at the rim. Dordt leads 73-69. 3:25 left to go in the game. Lusher hands it back to Rankin. Rankin testing the waters, fires it back out to the perimeter. Kopic with the basketball. Kopic, short jumper, missed it, no good on the runner. Rebound taken away by Concordia. Concordia with the basketball, 3:05 remaining. Frank, three-pointer, right wing, missed it, no good. They are not bashful and they don't wait long. With the basketball up front, Kopic, Rankin. Rankin with the basketball, back to Milliken. Milliken into the corner, Kopic. Dordt by 4. 73-69, 2:50 left to go in the game, 15 on the shot clock. Throw it down into the post, Lorenzen back with the 2-pointer, good. Lucas Lorenzen with 21, and the defenders lead 75-69. Concordia down 2 possessions right now. 2.5 left to go in the game. With it on the right-hand side, Bennett. Bennett spins into the post, kick out pass, Frank, comes back left side, Shutt. Shutt with the basketball. Shutt, short shot in the lane, good. Noah Shutt with a 2-point basket. We've got a timeout on the floor, charged to Concordia. 75-71, defenders leading by 4. 2:18 left to play in regulation. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Dordt basketball leading by 4, 75-71. And the defenders will inbound the basketball, length of the floor in front of them. Bryce Kopic will throw it in, and he gets it inbounded to Luke Rankin. Rankin checks the clock. Dordt can take it under 2 minutes if they want. Leading by 4 at the moment. Left side it goes Rankin. Rankin trying to get around Frank, unable to do so. Passes down into the post, Lorenzen. Lorenzen posting up, and Lucas Lorenzen misses the jump hook in the lane. Rebound cleared by Concordia. Concordia with the basketball. Down 4 are the Bulldogs. Left-hand side, Smith. Smith gets it back over to left side. Shut posting up against Kopic. Shot in the paint, no good. Tap in, no good. Rebound cleared by the defenders. Coming away with it is Kopic. Bryce across the timeline. Bryce gets it back over to Rankin. Rankin, right side, Milliken. Milliken with the basketball back over to Kopic. Kopic with the ball, Rankin. Rankin. And Dordt will take some time, and now they'll call for a timeout. Dordt has 4 timeouts remaining. This will be 3 now after this one. So a timeout charged to the defenders. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 1 minute. Lorenzen on the fly, and Lucas Lorenzen with another 2. He's got 22. Then Gustafson squares up against Neerum. Gustafson underneath to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven layup good. She's got 8. Dordt with the basketball as we resume play. Dordt leading by 2 possessions with 1:21 remaining. 75-71. First time these two teams played. Concordia won at 89-85. Luke Rankin with the 17-footer, and he buries it. 9 points for Luke Rankin, and the defenders lead 77-71. Concordia basketball. Bradley Bennett pounds it out front. Gives it up to Smith. Smith guarded by Fairclough, holds his ground. Comes back to Frank. Frank shot in the paint. Strong move by Frank. And Hayden Frank now with 17. Matches the 17 he had against the defenders the first time around. Under a minute to go. Dordt by 4. 45 seconds. Dordt can take it under 30 if they want. Rankin with the basketball. Concordia letting it play out. Rankin with the dribble. Now they're going to get a ball screen. Rankin on the wing. Cut off. Comes back to Kopic. Kopic rises. Lets fly a 3. No good. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Concordia. It'll be Dordt basketball. And I believe there should be 20 on the shot clock now. Not that that matters. Concordia cannot afford And Concordia cannot allow time to run off the clock at this point. You can't play it out. They're going to have to foul if they don't get a steal. And now the officials will converse. So the shot was off of the rim. It clearly hit, so there should have been a reset. Dordt's going to maintain possession, though, so I think it'll go to 20. So they get 20 up on the shot clock. And Luke Rankin will be inbounding. Rankin to throw it in near the end of the University on the line. Comes into Kopic. Kopic for the basketball. Kopic is fouled on the play by Jackson Stuvey. And now Dordt will shoot a 1-and-1. Dordt leads by 4. Can extend it to 6. The number of possessions led by will not change, but the margin could. Dordt leading by 2 possessions right now. This one's going down to the wire just like the women's game did. I am a little surprised at how Concordia played this one out. You're not leaving yourself a lot of time at the end. Free throw on the way for Kopic, 1-and-1. First one is good. He's got another one coming. I know they can score and score quickly, but you want to get as many possessions as you can if you're down. 78-73, Dordt by 5. A second free throw on the way. And Kopic's free throw is good. So Dordt leads by 6. Concordia has 2 timeouts remaining. They trail 79-73. With it into the front court, Smith. Smith looking, gets it away to Frank, and Frank tripped up on the play. No call made. 10 seconds to shoot. They're down 6, and they throw it away. Luke Rankin with it in the backcourt, and Dordt will win the ball game. Concordia will concede, trailing by 6, 79-73. They don't commit the foul in the closing seconds, and the Dordt defenders come away with a 6-point win at 79-73. 79-73, the defenders get a sweep of the Concordia Bulldogs in Great Plains Athletic Conference women's and men's basketball. Let's take a 3-minute break. We'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 3 minutes.
One of the things that we appreciate most about Dordt University is just the sense of community. That community of alumni, of the professors, the college campus in itself is really what supports the students that are there at the time. The Dordt alumni are all over the U.S., even the world, and you know, it's 4 years that they get to be on campus, which is a wonderful chapter of their life. But I guess the thing that we really want is that they can hold on that for a whole lifetime.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
I chose Dordt because it has a Christian perspective. I also chose Dordt because I knew that it was a program that I could do on my own time. If someone was interested in doing the MPA program, I would say that it's worth your time to investigate. I'm active in my church, I'm very busy at work, I'm busy with my family, and in doing all that, I was able to do it. And I think that if I can, you can too.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
The Dordt defenders come away with a win today in men's college basketball, 79-73. And the defenders able to stay a game clear of Jamestown in the conference standings. Things get no easier for the defenders, though. They go on the road to Dakota Wesleyan on Wednesday night and then wrap things up with Northwestern. Both of those teams with quite a bit to play for yet, and obviously Northwestern Dordt, and that's the rivalry game, and you just try to play that one out. Don't need a lot of motivation for that one, but the defenders tonight, this one was a challenge, and the defenders were not sharp to start. Dug themselves a 12-0 hole, trailed at 1 point, 17-5. Fought back to take a lead at 27-26 in the first half, but trailed 39-29 at the end of the first half. Second half, Concordia maintained control early. They were still up 44-35. Dordt cut it down to 1 at 44-43. And the defenders were down 55-54. Got a three-point basket to take their first lead at 57-55, but we were tied at 57 all, and then the Dordt defenders outscore Concordia 22-16 to close the game. Never trailed after taking the lead at 57-55. And they win it by a final of 79-73. The final numbers: Dordt 29 of 72 from the floor, 40%. 10 of 28 on threes, 36%. 11 of 15 from the free throw line, 73%. Dordt with a 41-38 rebounding edge over the Concordia Bulldogs. Concordia 25 of 56 from the floor, 45%. 8 for 28 from the three-point line, 29%. 15 of 19 from the free throw line. I think I told you that, 78.9% Dordt, a 41-38 rebounding edge. Turnovers, Concordia committed 14. The defenders committed 5. Took care of the basketball today. The defenders led by Lucas Lorenzens, 21 points. Bryce Kopic had 20. Connor Milliken, 14 points. Jackson Lusher, 13. 9 for Luke Rankin and 2 for Ben Fairclaw. The Concordia Bulldogs were led today by Frank with 17, Shutt with 17, 16 for Smith. Bennett had 7, 8 for Stuvey, 2 for Helms, 2 for Kissinger, and 3 for Mueller for their total of 73. The defenders got 9 rebounds from Lucas Lorenzen, 7 rebounds each from Connor Milliken and Bryce Kopic, 6 rebounds for Jackson Lusher. Luke Rankin with 4 assists and 3 steals. Bryce Kopic with 3 assists. Jackson Lusher with 3 assists. And how about Jackson Lusher? And quite possibly is his last home contest. Playing in front of the DeWitt Gym. Shows some heart in the second half. 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal for the senior from Paulina, Iowa. And Coach Brian Van Haften joins me, and does my heart good to see Jackson Lusher perform well, I thought, in the second half. Defensively, played with a lot of heart, and your team needed all of that heart here this afternoon, and you secure the win today by a final of 79-73.
Yeah, man, we really needed it tonight. I thought the guys, last year we played Concordia at home, and it was the exact same score at halftime, only flipped around. They came out and just outraced us down the floor and beat us. And so we just talked about doing that, playing a little bit smarter in the offensive end, moving the basketball from side to side a little bit better. I thought we did that much better. Played a little bit faster as well. I thought Luke, who's going to be on here with you here in just a moment, I thought he had a really solid game, in the second half, moving the basketball. Hit a big shot right there to make it a 6-point game, I think, instead of a 4-point game, to make it 77-71. That was a big shot for us. And, we just need to have those once in a while. I need to make a big shot, and we did it today.
What are the matchup issues with Concordia? I looked at it and I said 4 of their guys are basically clones. They're between 6'3" and 6'6". They play very similarly, very physical. That's what I see. What do you see when you're matching up with them?
Yeah, Shutt and Smith, man, those guys are fantastic players. We just tried to play them as much one-on-one as we could and try to take the other guys out of it. I thought Luke did a nice job on Bennett. What do you have tonight? 7 points. That was a good we really wanted Luke on Bennett, and just tried our best. So we had to give some late help once in a while on those 2 guys. They're just so good, especially Smith. He can just glide into the close to the basket, and yeah, he's just really good. Shutt is one of the top 5 players in his conference, without a doubt. Yeah, and they got a couple of freshmen that are coming along as well that look just like him.
This is, I mean, they're all big at the end of the year, but this is a game where you needed to stop the bleeding. You had 2 losses, and you can say it's against good teams and all of that stuff, but you need some success once in a while to get back on the horse and get ready for that last week, which is going to be a real challenge.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Mike. We needed to win some games, and man, it's hard. It's just really hard. I mean, the human side of all this. I mean, it's tough when you lose a couple of games that you feel like, man, you could have won, and then it happens again, and it wears on you a little bit. And I could tell the guys were worn down a little bit this week, and we had a really good practice last night, and the guys who did not play tonight just had a really good practice. There's Tyler Prinz, Ben Loveroot, who got a few minutes in there tonight. Xavier Van Beek, those guys just had really good practices yesterday. Caden McLaughlin, those guys did a really good job to make it as real as we could make it. Tyson Bohr. And so, yeah, I mean, man, Mike, it's hard to come out here. These teams are good. This is one of the top 25 teams in the country, and we feel like we're a good team too, and we figured it out.
Lucas Lorenzen, 1,000 career points. He got there in a hurry, Coach.
Yeah, he did. And there was a stretch there in December and January where he was just absolutely phenomenal. And he's been a little bit slowed here lately, but, man, he should. The guys should be guarding him hard. And but he got himself loose a couple times tonight, and he was man, he's a great player. Man, what a great kid. I mean, this morning, Mike, we had a little shoot around if we wanted it at 9:30 this morning. And Lucas Lorenzen texted me last night at 12 o'clock a.m. and says, Coach, just so you know, I'm going to miss the 9 o'clock shoot around today because I got Bible study at 9. And I just went, okay. It's
hard to argue with that.
Hard to argue with that. So he and his girlfriend, Brooke Smith, who's on the women's team, they had Bible study this morning, and we had 12 guys at our Bible study yesterday. This is a great group of young men, and the Dordt faithful should be extremely proud of these guys. They're just great young men. They've been challenged a little bit here of late, and we responded well tonight.
Corn Palace on Wednesday, Boltman Center on Saturday. They aren't going to be easy, but they will be fun. I mean,
Yep.
I have said this year, I don't know, you've heard me say it, I just want to see how good we are. I mean, that's all I want. I've really tried to soak it in and say, you know what? Let's go out and see how good we are this given night.
Yep.
And this coming week, you get 2 more opportunities to do that, and I get to watch them.
Yep. I get to also. Thanks, Mike. Here's Luke.
That's very good. And that is Coach Brian Van Haften, and we'll get the headset on with Luke Rankin. And Luke Rankin will take a seat beside me as the Dordt defenders come away with a 79-73 win. And Luke's looking over my shoulder. Are you looking at conference scores there, Luke? You cheating off my paper?
Yes, sir, I am a little bit. You're very thorough and very prepared, so I'm going to take full advantage of that.
Okay, well, Hastings now has the conference lead at 14-4. Then we've got a 3-way tie for second. Concordia, Northwestern, and Morningside, 13-5. Dordt, 11-7. What does it mean to be involved in a race? I mean, how much does it mean? Does it make it easier to get excited about coming to practice, or isn't that an issue for you to be involved in the race?
No, I don't. I mean, me personally, I haven't looked at the standings since probably the first or second week of conference season, so I really haven't known a whole lot. Obviously, we got certain guys that pay attention on that a little more, but I don't know. I hope when you're playing college basketball, it's not ever an issue to come to practice, and I think we got great guys that make practice enjoyable and make it just really competitive and really help us, which has been key throughout these, especially these last 2 weeks when everything's not really going our way, but can't hang your head. And other guys that practice did a great job and help us not do that.
You were down double digits, and early in the second half, it just felt like we were stuck in the mud. Couldn't get out. Couldn't get. I mean, teams are going to get people back on defense and not allow fast breaks and things like that. I mean, we're not silly. I mean, that's going to happen. What are you trying to do as a point guard when teams are taking some of those things that you like to do away from the team? What are you looking at?
Yeah, I would say specifically this game, we kind of changed it all up. Coach just said, you personally are going to get as far downhill as you can and make them stop you a little bit. And I think that we really got a little more flow into the offense. We really have never done that little dribble weave, which we kind of did in the second half, and it was really good because obviously, we got a lot of guys that are good with the ball in their hand, and I think that really enabled them to do that and just kind of gave us a little spark and a little pace to our offense.
Late in the game, you have a shot, I believe, from the left side, kind of one of those mid-range shots. Are you looking for that shot at that point? Is that just happening in the flow of the game? Take me through that.
Yeah, I personally didn't think they were going to fully switch it, so when they did, it was a little bit of a surprise. And at that point, I think we started with 12, so I think there was probably 5 or 6 left. And I knew me trying to beat Tristan Smith and not getting blocked would have been a tough task. So kind of just had to throw one up a little bit. And I like that shot, as you probably know, and I think I've worked on it a lot. So it's just glad to see one go through.
Dakota Wesleyan on Wednesday, Northwestern on Saturday. Should be a lot of fun next week. We'll see what we got.
Yes, sir. They're all a lot of fun. I'm glad we could be on the winning side of one of these. So it's very, very nice.
I will let you go, Luke. Thanks for coming up.
Yep, thank you very much.
That's Luke Rankin talking about today's contest, and that's going to just about do it. Dordt gets the sweep today, 81-78 in the women's game, 79-73 in the men's contest. The Dordt women stay perfect in the league, 20-0. The Defender men now 5th place in the conference, 2 games out of 2nd place. No lies, they do need some help, but there is still an outside possibility. You've got Northwestern playing Morningside on Wednesday. You've got Dordt playing Northwestern on Saturday. Take care of business on Wednesday, see how things shake out, and maybe you can catch somebody. It's going to be a difficult challenge, but we'll see. That's going to do it for our broadcast on the Dordt Media Network and on KIHK. For the Dordt Media Network and the student employees and Rich Lodewijk and Nathan Brook back at the KIHK studios, I'm Mike Biker. Have a good Saturday.